Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're newer around here, you might not be used to this kind of video. I haven't done one of these kind of videos in some months now, and that's where I just kind of talk to the camera, give you kind of like a life update, channel update about what's going on, etc. But I'm super excited to go ahead and do today's because I have a pretty special announcement. And as you saw from like the title, and you can kind of see a sneak peek right next to me too, I have merch dropping soon. And I'm just super excited about this. And I'm gonna go into all the details about the shirt, how much it's gonna cost, stuff like that. But before I get into that, I just wanna let you know the most key important detail, and that's when it's going to be released. And it's actually going to be this Saturday. So probably by the time you're watching this video, hopefully it's before Saturday, before the drop. But my merch is going to drop at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday. And the reason for that is because actually on Friday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be hosting a 24-hour stream. That's right, I'm going to be streaming for 24 hours straight. Some Animal Crossing, probably gonna play some Genshin too. Maybe I'll try a new game, and all around just hosting good vibes for sure. And the reason why I'm doing this is because if you missed it, back in January, I actually did a 12-hour stream on Twitch, and they all had these incentives. And one of the bigger incentive goals for sub goals that I had was to finally do a 24-hour stream. So it's been almost like 4 months since then. So I definitely owe it to everyone who's been around to go ahead and finally do this 24-hour stream. And I'm super pumped for this because it's just going to directly line up with the drop of the merch. So that way the last hour will just kind of be like the celebration of the merch dropping. And just to let you know, it is going to be quite a limited amount. So if you do like what you see here, I just want to go ahead and let you know that you should be there ready on the dot to secure your size, because there's a very limited run of these. So if you have nothing to do this Friday, please join me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/RichardOriginal. I'm going to be hosting lots of giveaways for Pokemon cards and Amiibo cards. I have so many Amiibo cards to give away. I have Animal Crossing like plushies, stuff like that I'll be hosting when we hit different sub goals along the 24-hour stream. So it's definitely going to be a good time, and I would love to have you there and chat with me. But let's just go ahead and move on into the details of this shirt. I'm just gonna go ahead. This one is my personal one, so I've worn this one a few times now, and I'm gonna show it to you. And you know what? I should probably just try it on. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so hopefully changing shirts didn't mess up my hair too much, but here we go. This is the first drop of my merch featuring my boy Teddy. And if you haven't been around for too long, you probably don't know this, but I actually used to host like a podcast. Me and 3 other friends would host a podcast all about Animal Crossing, and in one of the episodes we actually talked about like villager lookalikes and also personality tests, stuff like that. And basically I wasn't happy about it at first, but everyone came to the decisive conclusion that my Animal Crossing lookalike is Teddy. But you know what? I just embraced it, and here he is on the shirt itself. So let me grab this one actually, and I'll show you a little bit closer up into some of the details here. So just to kind of show you like right to the camera, I'm trying to make sure the audio still sounds all right as I show this to you. But yeah, right here, as you can see, 2 teddies on here. This one was actually taken with like an in-game photo at Harv's Island. And then we actually put this like little chain detail on him as well. And then really small there is actually another teddy, and I believe that's actually him from New Leaf. And then just like surrounded in fire, there's actually like a pagoda way back in here too in the fire, as you might be able to see. And that's kind of in reference to kind of what was one of the first like things that helped kind of take my channel off, or there was the first time I actually saw some growth on the channel, was when I hosted a Instagram giveaway for like a pocket full of pagodas, which was pretty unheard of at the time, and now it's become such a staple on the channel. So all these little references to like how the channel started. It's been over a year, which is crazy since I've been doing content here, but I'm finally excited to go ahead and share this with you. And then there's the Animal Crossing New Horizons tag, of course, and then really small as like a little detail, it says produced by Richard Original X Charmaine. And Charmaine, who if you've been around for a while, you probably know who this is, the Reddit famous flower field queen herself, actually helped me do the entire design of the shirt, helped me put together a website and all that stuff. Yo, big shout out to Charmaine. And so basically, to kind of talk about like where the inspiration came from with this, I've been really into vintage t-shirts lately. If you've been to a stream, if you're in the Discord server and in the streetwear section of it, you know how much I've just been really in love with vintage shirts over the past year, collecting them, and then also just getting some like cheaper ones too for like personal wear, stuff like that. And so this is completely inspired by that era of vintage t-shirts. We were directly taking references from some like anime t-shirts that I own, as well as like vintage rap t-shirts that actually go for a good chunk of money these days. But I've been following all of these Instagram accounts of like vintage reselling pages and stuff like that, and what I noticed was that a lot of them were taking it into their own hands to make what was considered like bootleg vintage t-shirts. So that way, if you can't afford to have like a real version from like the 90s or the early 2000s, shirts that are like 20, 30 years old, that cost a lot because they're hard to find. And so I noticed these accounts were actually making bootlegs that are a little bit more affordable and also are like an expression of their creativity and their love for the nostalgia for these things. So I kind of wanted to do that for this merch, and I also wanted to make sure I produced a very high quality product. For a long time now, I have personal convictions like not trying to spend money on fast fashion and stuff like that, and trying to support businesses that are doing things ethically, responsibly, and also trying to buy thrifted or just secondhand in general when I can. And for a long time, people have been asking, when is merch coming? When is merch coming? And there were times where I wanted to do things like a little bit cheap, like I wanted to be able to push stuff out quickly, but I decided not to do that and do this what I consider is the most ethical, right way that I could do this for now. And that's by doing it limited quantity and using like the t-shirts and the printing company that I did. And I'm just gonna be completely transparent about all of this. So these blank t-shirts right here, this is actually from a company called Los Angeles Apparel, and Los Angeles Apparel is literally based in South Central LA, and all of the materials that they're using are all made in the USA. So it's all USA cotton used on these blanks. These are heavyweight t-shirts. It has like this vintage wash on it, so it's not like fully black, it's like kind of like darker gray, almost like charcoal, but it's washed and garment dyed to have this vintage looking wash to the shirt itself, which I thought is really cool. And it really just does hit the look for like faded black vintage t-shirts that I seek out as well. And then on top of that, the print here, this isn't actually screen printed, it's printed another way called DTG, but it's a very high quality print on here. And this was actually printed by a company called Press Friend Machine that's actually also based in Los Angeles, and they're a small group. I think there's only like 2 folks actually printing stuff in there, and it's just like an art-based community print shop. And I just wanted to make sure that the money that I put up front to make these like come into existence, we're going into actual people. That's why I wanted to use that factory, and that's why I wanted to use this print company, because these are real people making real wages here in America. And like I said, Charmaine actually is the one who helped me design this. So pretty much this is all made, printed, and designed in Southern California, and then shipped to me, and then I'll ship them directly to you. This isn't Teespring, this isn't Society 6. This is definitely the level of quality that I look for in t-shirts and in clothing in general when I'm looking to spend my money on clothing. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about pricing. And I know for some, this is going to kind of be the deterring factor for them. So like I said, all of this was made in the USA, most of it being all done in Southern California. And if you're not aware, it's actually really costly to actually produce everything in America. And that's why fast fashion companies actually don't produce their garments in America. And like I said, I just wanted to make this as ethical as possible. So just to keep it completely 100 and transparent with you, each one of these t-shirts alone, just to get the blank itself from LA Apparel and then to get printed, cost me $30 on top of the shipping from the factory in LA to the print shop in LA to me over here. That factors even more into the price of me actually having these shirts here. Just to produce them alone was $30. And that's not even to mention the time and effort it took into conceptualizing these and designing them, stuff like that. None of that's even built into that $30 per shirt. And so to make some profit off of this, I'm setting these shirts at $55 USD and then shipping on top of that as well. And like I said, I know that's expensive for some. I know some people, they see a $50 t-shirt and they're like, I can't do this, or that's too much. You know, I pay for like $5 for shirts or stuff like that. But like I said, this is a high quality product that I'm glad to be putting out there that I felt like was done ethically. And if you're not able to support by buying a shirt, I 100% understand. It's no hard feelings at all. I know that that's kind of a steep price tag for some, but like I said, I wanted to put out a product that I wish existed, that was up to the standards of quality and also like ethicality, even if that's a word, that I want to see clothing that's being produced to this day start moving forward. So I'm super excited about this product. I hope you are too. And if you're not able to purchase for whatever reason, it's totally fine. You know why? Because you can actually get my t-shirt in Animal Crossing. I created a custom design that you can go ahead and download from my custom creator code. And that way your rep can wear it. Because I know for myself, when I first started playing Animal Crossing, a lot of time I spent was basically having a wardrobe that I couldn't actually have in real life. And so if you want that, you can go ahead and download that there. And just to let you know about quantity, these are very limited. Like I said a little bit before, there was only actually 6 of each size made. I have a small through double XL, and these are unisex, but also more so men's sizing. And they fit a little bit boxy, like there's a little bit like loose boxy fit. The length of the shirt itself is pretty like true to size. So you can say true to size if you want, or size down if you want a little slimmer. And if you want that baggy, like oversized look, I definitely suggest sizing up. This is a double XL on me. I am 6'6" and I weigh a lot, but I also realize that I am above average stature, so take that in consideration. But I just love the fit. I love where the sleeves hit. I love the length, honestly. Love the quality of the print. And just to say, if you're not able to purchase this one, I do plan to make more merch with different designs in the future. Maybe Animal Crossing inspired, maybe Genshin Impact inspired, who knows? I'll be making some more high quality stuff in the future, so if you can't cop now, it's totally fine. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. I hope to see you on the 24-hour stream. Stay safe out there. Peace, y'all.